Excellent. In this video, I'm going to talk about something very important, which is retargeting segments, okay? And this allows us to keep things neat and tidy, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. All right, well, what is segmentation? What are segments? Well, segments let us advertise and retarget not just all of our past visitors in one blanket promotion, but they let us specify and create segments based on visitors to specific pages on our website, okay? Now, this is really, really important because it stops us from trying to sell stuff to people that have already bought it, and it stops us from trying to get people to join our list that have already joined our list, okay? So, say for example, you're running a campaign trying to get people that landed on your site but didn't opt in to opt in. Of course, you put an ad on ad on Facebook in the newsfeed that gets them to do that. But what about people that already have opted in? Do you want them to see this ad continually, day after day, that is promoting an opt-in that they've already done? No, of course not. Okay, so what we want to do is create a segment of people that have already opted in and exclude them from being remarketed to. Okay. So similar thing with sales. If you've just bought something, if you've already got a product from someone, you don't want to be bombarded with messages for that same product. Okay, you want to be opted out of that promotion. And because people find this kind of thing annoying, it's important to have our segments set up correctly. But again, really nothing to be too phased about. I'll show you just some simple segments that you can get started with. And really, you could stop here if that was all you wanted to do. First segment that automatically gets created is all visitors. All right, so this counts any visitor to any page on your website. So the second segment is opt-ins, okay? So you want people that have already joined your list via promotion to be put on a special segment so that you can stop trying to get them to join your list because they're already on there. And then, of course, the last one is customers because, people that have already bought a product don't need to have that product advertised to them again. And I've also put in brackets next to those to segments 2 and 3 conversions, okay? Because we want those to count as conversions. So I'm going to show you real quick in AdRoll how to set this up. Super simple, nothing to worry about. I'll show you right now. Cool. All right, so we've gone into AdRoll. We're in campaigns. This is a new AdRoll account I've created to show you how it all works, nice and clean. And thanks to the good people down at AdRoll, this is really nice and easy for us to do. We just hit this button here, which says Segment Visitors, all right? So the first segment that we want to create is people that have already opted in. So we can call it opted in. Now, if you have multiple opt-in funnels running, you can give it opt-in 1, opt-in 2, or you can give it a better name, opt-in traffic or opt-in conversion or whatever. But for the sake of this example, let's just assume you have one list and we can just call it opted in, okay? Now, it's asking for a URL pattern that, and really all this means is what is the page that you want to count, for this particular segment? What page do you want, this segment to consist of, people who have visited what, right? So they've given us an example here, which is thank you. Yeah, I'll make that nice and big for you, which is /thank you, all right? So for example, if I was running it on a new website, let's say www.testdomain.com/thankyou.html, this would mean that anyone that opted in and landed on my thank you page, thankyou.html, would be put into a new segment. And in terms of the duration, how long do we want to keep users active in this segment? Obviously, because they're on your list, you don't want them to stop counting as a retargeting segment after 90 days. You probably want to up that to at least 365 days so that, maybe a year later, it's unlikely you're going to be running the same promotion. You'll probably be running a different opt-in lead magnet. So I think that's a pretty comfortable window so that someone's not going to get annoyed if they see that ad again, okay? And so we'll do that. We'll put in our thank you page here from our opt-in. We'll call it opted in, give it 365-day duration, and we'll also click count as conversion. Now, count as conversion is useful because AdRoll has a tracking system built into it, which will let us determine how well our ads are performing. I use third-party tracking because I like to just have it all in one spot, but you can also just use AdRoll for conversions as well. Now, because we're doing opt-ins for this particular segment, we don't need to add a conversion value. If we were doing sales, we just give it a value so we could see how much money we've spent and how much money it's made back for us. But bottom line, you want to create a segment of people that have joined your list. You do this by putting your thank you page that people land on after they visit after they subscribe to your list here. Put a duration that's nice and long. You can do a year. Count it as a conversion so AdRoll can track it. Then we hit save. Now the other segment we want to create is people that have already bought, okay? So we don't want to remarket to them. So let's just assume you have one product, so we'll call them customers, all right? And let's say URL for customers after they buy is www.testdomain.com/thank-you/ let's say welcome member. Okay, so let's say this is your thank you page after someone buys, they click the PayPal link or whatever it is, they enter in their details, money goes through, and then they get taken to this domain. So this is the this is the URL rather, that indicates that someone, if they've visited this, they're a customer. And again, we'll make this segment nice and long. Let's give it 365 days. And we'll count it as a conversion because it's obviously what conversion we want to track. And we'll give it a value, say $100. And we'll hit save. Excellent. So now when we're at this stage in creating an ad, which you go through every single time, set your campaign settings and go to target visitors, it's going to ask us to add segments again, okay? So we'll go to choose existing, and I'm going to select all visitors to target, and I'm going to select, let's say this campaign I'm running is for targeting people to buy something, and I don't want the people who've already bought it to see it, so I'll click customers, and then this little toggle here, go to exclude, okay? So that means it's going to target people who've landed on the site, but exclude anyone that has landed on the site but been on this particular URL, which indicates they're already a buyer within the last year, okay? So then I hit finished, and then I go next, and then I will be remarketing to a particular segment, okay? Nice and easy. Really, really powerful stuff. Definitely do it. As I said, I'll take you back to the slide just for a sec. Cool, so just to reiterate again, all you really need to do is have one segment for all of your visitors, which will automatically be created, one segment for people that have opted in, so you're not trying to get them to re-opt in, and one segment for customers who have already bought, so you're not going to try and get them to buy again. And once you've done that, you've pretty much got your bases covered, and you'll be much further along than a lot of other people who use retargeting are. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you see how it'll help you and keep your customers feeling a lot better about the way you market to them, and it'll save you money ultimately because you won't be paying to advertise to people that that are already your customers. Okay, so thanks a lot, and we'll move on to the next video now.